Hi, folks. 98% of you who watch my content are not subscribed. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Hopefully, you feel that I bring some value to your lives or to your ears while you're working or whatever you're doing. So please, if you wouldn't mind, just hitting the subscribe button would be extremely helpful to me to grow the channel as well. If you feel like throwing a like, that's also valuable. Or putting down a comment, it boosts engagement. Much appreciated.
You know, it's crazy because I joke a lot about being single and you know, I um I laugh it off. But I'm 46 years old. And while I'm getting ready for surgery and everything, it dawned on me. Hold on. I'm sorry. It dawned on me that I'm 46 years old and I don't have a husband to take care of me. I don't have a husband to help me get ready. I'm 46 years old and I still need my mama to take care of me post-op. I still need my sister, which whether I had a husband or not, they would be there. It sucks. Being single and 46 sucks. That's it. It just sucks. And I'm fucking tired. And I make jokes about the fucking buffoons that I have been encountering in dating. But in reality, this is my reality. This is my reality. This is my reality, and those stories are the shit that's available because all the good men have gotten married in their 20s and 30s because they're good men. I'm not blaming it all on men because women are fucking shit. They're fucking batshit crazy too. So, but this is my reality, not anybody else's. Yeah, that's all.
That was hard to watch. It's hard to watch somebody clearly in pain and suffering, you know? Whew. And as much as, we as men or just people might sit there and go, well, you made the choices and you ended up here and it's your fault kind of thing, we might say that. You can't, at least I can't anyways. I can't help but feel bad for her. And, I kind of feel like, how could I help this person? Which I don't even know her, so I don't know why I'm thinking that. I mean, I'm sure she's probably figured something out, but it's just like, what could we do? Not going to date her, but maybe words of encouragement. Hey, you know what? That's a good point. Let's start there. So the point that she made about all the good men being gone already because they got married in the 20s and 30s, kind of. I mean, you could say that. I got married at 34. 34? Yeah, 34. And now I'm in the process of being divorced. I would consider myself a good man. So I think, and now I'm basically, I'm 39. I would say to her that you're saying all the good men are gone, but I think people get divorced, like they make mistakes, they get into bad situations, and you're likely to end up in a situation where they're back. You know, there's a good man is back available on the market. So to be fair, they probably won't want to date somebody who's 46, at least like at my age, I wouldn't. But maybe somebody who is like 50, you know, yeah, probably like 50 in their 50s or maybe in their 40s would be interested in dating somebody who's 45. Likely they already have kids, so you would have to be willing to accept that. So I think there is an opportunity for her. I don't think she's just screwed. So I think she just needs to keep putting herself out there. I mean, she looks like she's in reasonable shape. She's not bad looking. Like she looks good. I mean, obviously this is not a flattering video for her. I think she just got to get her mindset right. Okay, so now we move on to the other points. This is what happens when you mess around in your earlier years and you don't take things seriously. And you end, especially as a woman, because as a woman gets older, your options become less. So she did whatever she did. I don't know what she did, but she did whatever she did. So she's at a point now where she has nobody. So I don't know how she was when she was dating, if she was the boss bitch or she was shitty to guys, or maybe she's one of the few that was just unlucky or just has her own issues and so she kept meeting guys that were shit. I don't know. But she didn't sort herself out early. And frankly, I kind of feel bad for women in a way, because they end up in this place where they really need to mature kind of quickly. Like if they want to get somebody and have a family, you know, be in a relationship. Whereas guys, we just mess around. Like my 20s was a shit show, man. I don't even know. Well, not all of it. Like probably 28, I got sort of my act together. But like before that, it was a crapshoot. I don't even know what the hell I was doing. It was bad. So younger women, and even guys too. Well, we'll talk about guys later, but younger women, just keep this in mind. You know, don't take things for granted, because it doesn't always. Time passes and things change, right? And sometimes an opportunity that's before you, it's just not going to sit there forever. You know, it might be there for a few weeks and then it's gone, or a few months or years and then it's gone. So when you see a good opportunity, don't just hold out for something better. Oh, there's a better guy out there that could have more money or have a certain thing or whatever. It's just like we constantly do that to ourselves with dating. We're like, oh no, there's just going to be something better. Yeah, something better. Yeah, it's fine. It's like, no, like everybody has issues and everybody has deficiencies. So you just have to figure out, like, what can I live with? You know, what do I actually need? And what are all the extras? You know, the extra preferences. And then find somebody who fits that at their core lines up with you. And I would say to the men, and I think a lot of the men who probably watch my channel already know this, but just to reinforce it, when we're young, really nobody cares about us. Like, we're weird. We are weird when we're young. We don't bring a lot of value because we don't bring money. We don't bring maturity. We mature later, and it's just like, that's why I say it's like my 20s was a shit show, because I don't know why anyone would want to have dated me then, you know. But definitely as you get older and you start getting more into yourself, like I used to spend all my time playing video games, like literally. It would be like go to work, come home, just all I did is play video games. It was ridiculous. It's like, who wants to date a person like that? And I was even in a relationship and I was doing that and the girl was like, what the F? And it's just like, and it didn't dawn on me. Like it didn't even occur to me, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I was just like, no, this is what I do. Like, I need to relax. I need to whatever. It's like, no, you got to kind of like man up. Like, picture your father. At least I picture my father. My father is like the most insane hard worker ever. He does not pay for anything, like for somebody to do something for him. It is so rare that ever happens. 99% of the time, he makes it himself, or he builds it himself, or he does it himself, or he asks the kids, me and my brother, to come help him do it or whatever. It's just like he literally fixed all the cars growing up. Always he would fix the car. It was only like a rare occasion that something like big happened that it would go to the shop, but in general he did all that stuff. He provided money. My dad never made more than $60,000 a year. He made he told me he made $58,000 a year when he retired. That was his maximum he ever made. And I was like, what the shit? Because I started making $58,000 like 4 years into my career as a computer programmer. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, how did you go your whole life? He retired in 1996. And then me, literally 10 years later, I'm making the same amount of money as my dad made, and he had like 40 years experience working in a bank. But he would fix everything. He would do everything. He like looked after the house. He built literally all our kitchen cabinets in our homes. Like, he custom built them. He built us a house later after he retired. So he's like pretty much 60 at that point. He retired a little bit early, like 50 something. I can't remember. Oh, and prior to that, when he was in his 30s, he literally built himself a cottage on a lake. And then he built us his house. He started a business in carpentry when he was retired, was doing that. And now he's built himself, my mom and him, they built a log cabin. He literally cut the trees down himself, bought a portable sawmill that's like it's like a trailer that he tows behind a tractor. And he cuts the logs how he wants, and even lumber. And he is now, how old is he? 72? I think he's something like that. And he does maple syrup. He makes maple syrup. If you don't know, it's kind of like a Canadian, North American, US thing. We take the sap of the maple tree. You can do like a few different maple trees. There's a sugar maple tree, a red maple. There's even a black maple that you can take the sap, you tap it, you boil it down in like this big pan, which he actually built himself too. He built a sugar shack and a big boiling pan. And yeah, anyways, you boil it a long time, and it basically boils down until it's more sugary, and that's what he did. So I used to help out with that, me and my brother, but he still does it. It's like so ridiculous. My dad is like an amazing example of a man who was a hard worker, and so that's, I think, something that's super important. And I wish all men under there can understand. Is even if you're not like somebody who's like, oh, I'm climbing the corporate ladder and making a lot of money, but it's those small things. It's like, hey, my car broke down. Can I change that tire? Do I know how to change my oil? The basic things. Or, okay, we're in a challenging time right now. Shit's hitting the fan. I'm going to pick up a second job. I'm going to start working part-time at some, I don't know, Home Depot, some store, so I can make some extra money because we're going through a hard time right now. It's like those are the things that make you strong and mature, and like you grow up in life, instead of just sitting there at home and like laying on the couch watching TV and eating chips and playing video games all the time. Get to the gym, work out, become fit. And I'm saying this as much to you as I'm saying it to myself. You have to remind yourselves of these things. Okay, and that's what makes men more attractive to women, because it's drive, it's maturity. It's like, this is somebody who could look after a family. A lot of times in our 20s, we don't think about that. But if you can, great, start young. And just remember, as guys get older, we get more attracted to women. Now that I'm 39, and this is effed up because I don't think I realized it, it's something about getting older. When a guy gets older, even just physically, you look more attractive. So don't waste the time that you have. Keep trying to advance yourself, whether it's, working out, working harder at your job to advance your career, even if it's just hobbies and things you do in your part-time, in your spare time, like things that can bring value. Maybe you're creative and you're really good at painting or something, right? And so maybe you just focus on a craft, something that advances you. Read books, That's the one thing, as much as I don't like Tai Lopez, because he spams the internet with stuff, but he does bring a lot of value when he talks about reading books. And he has actually a pretty good book list. And a lot of the lessons in there are very important. So do things that help you advance. And obviously, you can't spend all your time doing that. Enjoy your time doing other things as well. But if you can, try to spend an hour a day or 2 hours a day doing something that at least advances you. You know what I'm saying? Outside of your job. So hopefully it works out for her, and hopefully it works out for all us guys. But just remember, work on yourself. That's what's important. That's all you can control to make yourself the best person possible, to attract the best mate possible, right? Or even if it's not for attracting the best mate, it still makes you feel better. All right, like and subscribe if you would like to see more, and hopefully you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you again next time.